What's good, ninjas? Design Syndrome here. Glad to have you back on the channel. This is week 10 of the Design Dojo's week's assignment, and this week the goal was to create a poster out of an everyday object. This is an exercise for looking around your space, paying attention to your surroundings, and finding anything really that you could elevate through a poster. And this is a really nice exercise for paying attention to your surroundings. Maybe some everyday object that goes unnoticed, or everything could be really that you could elevate through a poster. We'll be taking a look at the Discord pieces and I'll be providing feedback, and later I'll be doing my piece live. Hope this helps you. Enjoy. Let's take a look at some shit, what you have done. For example, this one I really liked because the composition is good. Right, it has those hierarchies, you know what I mean, like the main image, it reads as one, then we have the second part of the message that you read, and then yeah, he have some bullshit miscellaneous stuff here, but they're really complete. I like that the hang on, the messaging, right, like to you hang on, it has this melancholic feel that the moment you see it, you go like there is something of the message that you need to figure out, right? And that makes it enticing, and that makes it interesting as a poster. So this is the kind of thing that we're trying to do, right? In what way we can subvert what the object is to turning it in more, you know what I mean? To use it as a symbol of more, right? So because at the end, that's what design is, how we can combine image with text and make like an alchemic magical procedure that makes it more, you know what I mean? Like, we are not only ninjas, we're ninja sorcerers, you know what I mean? And that's actually factual, because we are dealing with complex etymological symbolism stuff. So stop tripping and let's do this shit, you know? This one I really like this one. Like this entire, like the entire thing, I really love it. I feel that it's missing something a bit more editorial, like a more scattered page. It's lacking some blocks of like longer text, like more paragraph. I think it's lacking some of that. And the images, I feel that it would benefit from having one image like that's really big, and also the text, every part, it's a bit the same weight, you know what I mean? Like this weight over here, it's kind of the same of the weight here, and kind of the same of the weight here. Like if you see it all from in separate like sectors, it's all pretty homogeneous, you know, the way you distribute the weights. Like it would be nice maybe to have one image with just a little text sprinkled, right? Don't do like all the same like weights in all of the parts. Like let it breathe more heavily in other parts, and then blow it up and really make it like big and bold in other parts. Like this is beautiful, but I think it's lacking some variety in the way you distribute the hierarchies, if that makes any sense. Yeah. And by chaos, I don't mean like make it unstructured, just like add more variety in terms of having more busy parts, and then more parts that make the pieces breathe more, with more negative space. Like play with that, because everything here, the negative space feels like too homogeneous in the entire system, you know? Try to have one part in which the system can't breathe and it's all information that pretty scattered, and then play with having something really subtle, right? This one that I really liked, I mean, it has some things, you know what I mean? It's pretty similar to what I liked about the other one, like the whole letter together with the paper clip. I have to read too much into it to see the growth here. Like I feel like using the paper clip and somehow linking it to this idea of growth is really nice. Like, I don't know, maybe through holding together I'm able to grow, right? But I love that you made the paper clip with the words, you know, you didn't use like a photo, right? This is kind of the same because we saw it in other exercises, but I'm glad that you use like another way of representing it other than the photo, but you made it literal, but by bringing in it's not that it's wrong. That effect, you would have just used the paper clip and make it all pretty literal, and it would have been good also. It's like the decision seems a bit arbitrary, and no, sorry, not arbitrary, the contrary, like maybe a bit random and a bit like in design school they would say anecdotic. Anecdotic means that it's a decision that you made just because, like doing this, hold it together and making the text all like wiggle. It's anecdotic because it doesn't add anything. It's just an effect that you chose to do, and I don't even feel like brings anything extra to the piece of value. Yeah, this one I really wasn't sure if I should react to this one. I like that he had an idea, right? He had an idea. I think it's a bit overused. The red and the blue pill, the matrix thing, but at least he grabbed an object that he had nearby and saw in a way that he could like reframe it to say something with the object, right? I guess he tried to do like an ad or something, and I guess the copy is like, if you're gonna make like a piece that's more like concept, like you should really nail down like the copy and the words for it, because take the red pill, your pain ends. Take the blue pill, you stay in motion. Like, I don't know what that means, I guess like maybe if the blue pill is like the competition, and then you need to take it again after a while because the pain come back, and with the red one like it goes out for good or something like that. But I guess it's not really properly thought out like what he was trying to say. Like the both that are clearly like mirrored, it's kind of jarring to the eye. Like, it's not that interesting because it's kind of super symmetrical, but then in the part below it you break that symmetry, right? So maybe you put the text of the blue, maybe this goes here, like now it's a bit more clear, and I guess here you're missing some, right? The first idea was pretty cooked, but at least this, I guess, fixes a bit the thing with the, how do you say, with the weights and everything, but it needs a lot more work. I just wanted to. This one, just one of y'all already uploaded this to the, yesterday we did the feedback, but I don't know, I really like this piece, and he grabbed the object, but by adding some small something here that we are terrified, it's giving you like another level up of information, you know what I mean? Because of the no power, what does it mean, right? It's adding one more tweak in. It's not just staying in the power chord, like it's using it to tell something, right? That was the exercise. And here, this, I can't see the quote, ain't cute anymore, for real, I'm about to piss my pants. Okay, go about my piece. So what do you think, guys, I'm about to make my piece of? You know what I mean? Because the other day we moved to a new apartment, and I thought of this exercise a while ago. I cheated a little bit because I already have my object that I wanted to do the poster about. One invention that if it went away overnight, everything would fall apart. Everyone says the wheel, internet, but nah, my guys. The screw. This disappears and everything falls apart. Cities, everything. Not the screw like in the screw, but the concept of like a piece of metal that screws in, could be any size. So the screw, I felt it was like a super powerful, like so ubiquitous, like you don't even see it, and it's literally holding civilization together. So I feel to make a poster about it would be pretty cool. And yeah, that's the idea for my poster. These are the references that we got. I think like that works. Perfect. So you see how the references really grabs the objects and they really run with it. You know what I mean? They made them central stage in the piece, right? And they use their morphology to try to say something, you know? This one, it's in Russian, and we don't even care what it says. We only want to see the ventilator as an elevated piece within the composition. which I guess it's the important thing, right? This one, I love this poster. This one is great. This one is great because it's trying to replicate the object, but graphically, you know, it's a nice technique. We had an exercise like this in uni, which everyone got an object. For me, it was the ship. And the exercise was to make a panels, like a bunch of panels, trying to show the ship, but in a bunch of different styles, you know what I mean? And the point of that is that through different techniques, you were able to get to know the object more, right? And you get into get more ideas from the object, and you get out of the own simple way of the photograph, right? And you see how different techniques get different like emotions out of the same objects, and that can turn into different ideas, I guess. The cool idea of the poster is that he wanted to, this is from a Spanish designer, that he tried to portray the idea of silence in a poster, right? And come up with the idea of using a glass hammer, because you can have silence, but the only way you really notice silence, it's when it comes after like a loud noise. So he had this idea of, how can I make an object that sounds only once, you know? And a hammer being such an impactful object that you usually relate to the sound of the hammer, you know what I mean? It's really nice, a really nice juxtaposition with the silence, right? Because a glass hammer can only sound once, right? So you get the boom, the shattering sound, and then silence, right? That's what was the idea behind this poster. So yeah, there's the piece. Now let me see, I have all these pictures of nails, I have these videos also, right? These ones I recorded to then make a reel or make something. Oh, these ones are nice because I was playing with the lighting, and you can see how I move it around, and it creates like a real nice like image. I could screen cap this and use it somewhere in the poster. Also, do you guys like to do the selection? Because I know there are ways of doing this like more automatically, but I don't know, I really like going over this. I really like doing this manually. I don't know, it gets me into this like meditative state, which I think it's nice for the piece, because it's like the calm before the storm. Because when I get the nail, like the screw, the image of the screw, I'm gonna have to start designing the poster. Yeah, so I think that I like it. Now I want to make like the poster pretty like editorial, you know, something that would look good on a wall, something that someone would like to hang, you know what I mean? I was thinking around for the type, doing something around this idea of like steadfast, like to hold on. Like the setup is you turn it black and white. You can do it with the nail in color, but then you would need to do the posterize. You see, and you get like this effect, which is pretty cool. You know, looks pretty cool. But I want it black and white, you know what I mean? So you can see if I have this noise over here, this noise layer, and I make it more visible. You see with the feel how I play with it. Get rid of posterize, because the layer setup is like this, you know, the threshold, the noise, and then the graphic. Thinking that for this poster I would like to make it like a nice vibrant blue, so I'm gonna use pressing control click on the layer thumbnail. I'm gonna pick the selection of pixels. I don't know if you can see it there that I did. So I'm gonna just pick the shape and use that selection to make a new color, solid color layer, and it made this blue one. But you see it like that because it's below the threshold, so I'm gonna put it over it. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set it to multiply. Oh, but this is a screen, right? And this is a pass-through. What happens if I change the color of the background? Ooh, this works, chat. How do you feel about it, chat? Let me know. I actually love this. Not gonna lie, chat. Let's do this. I'm gonna do one more folder for variation 1. Let's get rid of this. Let's duplicate this and put variation 2. And in variation 2, what we're gonna do, we're gonna be trying different stuff, you know. That's also nice, like to make separate folders, duplicate layers and hide them, like try different compositions, you know, don't go full out. For this variation, I guess it would be cool if we did like, yeah, that was it. So now what I want to do is, let's see if I do like a matrix of these nails. Like they go to the edge of the other, you know. Just grab these ones, Control C, Control Shift B, get rid of this. And here, let's get rid of this. This looks like a really nice, like book cover. What's the poster size? I think I want to make it a bit more vertical. What is it, 5'7"? Yeah, let's work on something more like this. It's crazy how it changes, right? Like the different format changes quite a bit. I like this variation, but I feel like I need to add one more element to make it really like stand out, you know what I mean? Like, let me try something. Oof. This one also could go crazy, guys. Like if I get rid of this and put it to multiply, and then I go to curves and but now I want to make it like pretty abstract, you know. So I have this variation and I put this, I rasterize this. I'm gonna Control U to unsaturate it, and now I'm gonna pixelate it. Actually, I'm gonna grab this. This and I filter, pixelate, mosaic, pixelate it like that. I'm gonna filter, blur, Gaussian blur, give it some blur. Now I'm gonna image adjustment, curves, and with the curves layer, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create like a gap here, so I get like this pixelated outline. You see what I mean? Make it blocky, you get like that outline. I don't know if you understand what I'm doing here. I created with the blur and the pixelation, I created like this like gradient of values, which now I can kind of select with the curves. If I take it all to the top, that's why I got this like kind of abstract, like quadricular shapes. I don't know how to call them really. And if I make it more towards this side, you can see how it gets bolder. If I close this gap here, you can see how it gets narrower, right? Because I'm choosing to lower the value a lot of a very narrow part in the spectrum, right? So if I make it really wide, you get like a wide, like thick line, you know? So now we're going to just start adding like hierarchy levels to make it more interesting, make it a bit more granular, you know, so we have stuff for the eye to see, you know what I mean, make it more dynamic. I don't know how I feel about the composition, because it's like a Z, you know, it's like a Z, it's like steadfast, then the nail points you in this direction, and then you have this nice finish point at the end. But the steadfast, I kind of like it. Like if I can make it like black, that would go hard. This I like. This is, I don't know, let me know what I call it style, but it could well be laziness, you know. Like I have my set of graphics that I use. If I use them to develop like an idea that I have, it's all good, but I have like these graphics that are like the design syndrome graphics that I use in all my pieces, that I've developed for my pieces, and that have become kind of signature, you know. It's like my little like sign in the pieces, are characteristic, and I just really like to use them. It's like a way of like signing off the work, and when you see them, it's like branded, you know what I mean. So this influences one I really like. So I can go over here, and I put it. And I could add some accent here, you know what I mean? Like, actually, I like the texture that this has. You know, the texture on the thing, like on on the square. So I'm gonna get rid of this part of the graphic. And I'm gonna use this as a placeholder for this. And I'm gonna be a bit messy with it, you know. I'm gonna maybe put it. What happens if I do it like something like this? It makes it interesting, right? Like I started like implementing that kind of thing that I didn't do before. Like the square was supposed to enclose the entire thing, right? But you just try it. What happens if it doesn't? What happens if it's like that? Like what does it mean that the graphic it's pulling out of the shape? Like it makes it interesting, or am I just tripping? Like can I make it other color? I don't know. For this specific one, I feel like it works, you know? Made like this logo collection, I'm gonna do like a proper post about them, but I've developed like this. This is like the design syndrome, like, I don't know, value structure, but made in like a nice set of like corporate logos that represent stuff from the design syndrome brand. And I don't know, I feel it's nice like to have like these ideas encapsulated in something that you can touch, you know, like, you know how companies have like their North Star and their values, where for me, I like to have them like this, like that. And this one, the problem that I had with this one, it's that it had like a lot of, it was too sharp. So let's rasterize it, add a bit of blur to it, filter blur, Gaussian blur, and you see if I add blur, how the line pattern becomes a bit more. And on top of that, I put the noise, and you get something like this, you know? But I don't know if the lines really go well. What I can do also, it's Control T, and I'm gonna deform the lines, you know? We can do some crazy shit like this. What do you think, chat? You like it or not? Let's add a bit of texture to just add a bit of more dimension. I wanted to add like this copy that I told you about, but I'm not completely sure. Let's give it context. I'm doing a poster about, okay, this can work. It's just to add depth. The main part of the poster is the other that we did. Okay, now let's take a look at this gray of text. I actually don't like it. Make it cryptic. Not all pillars cast shadows, some hold without noise, without form. Beneath the noise are written a constant ignore essentials. Okay, we can work with this. But not all pillars, some hide, some hold without noise. No. Some hide in the noise. Oh my god, guys, sometimes the design of the gray of text, it's so important. Like when you add copy, it's not so much as just putting the text there and hoping for the best. Like it needs to be dialed in, you know what I mean? Now I'm kind of breaking it. I need to maybe like this so it respects this grid, and I put it boom like that. But I need to change the net. I don't like these lines. It was just to show you. Let's put it bigger. I can work with that. Let's change this more like this. And you see how the composition is like a C? It's like steadfast, boom, text. How do you see it, guys? Do you like it? And I'm gonna merge the group, and now I got the nail like kind of separated, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna duplicate it. One, I'm gonna put it in multiply, and I have the other one here, and this one I'm gonna put it in linear dodge, and this way I kind of separate the black from the white, and this way it allows me to create this small offset that's gonna look pretty fire, and it makes it look like a bit more unsettling, you know what I mean? Or you like it with its aligned? Does it work like this? Nah, it looks nice when it has the highlight in white. So I want to create some variations. So this one, I feel I like this poster. It's crazy to see how the poster works very differently when you change the colors, you know what I mean? I want to try one thing that I pictured while I was beginning to doing this. You know what I'm about to do. You know it. I need to make the dude like that. Grab the dude. Use it as a mask. Boom. Now we grab the dude. We put it real big. We should barely be able to see the head. Just for impact. I would need to have another nail like picture. To select subject, please do it fast. This nail, we're gonna put it, duplicate it, and this one we're gonna delete this so it's like looking like it's coming off from the other side of the head. It needs to be smaller because of perspective, but it should follow the form of the head, so it should be something like this. Okay, and to this we're gonna add filter, blur, Gaussian blur, so it blurs the shadows a bit more, like this works. And we're gonna erase just a bit with some hardness, reduce the opacity on the eraser, and we're gonna erase just a bit so we get that nice. And for this one, maybe my logos can be here, you know what I mean, like that. Boom. There. I think to this nail, the one here, or this nail, I need to tweak on this nail. I want to make it darker on the, I need to make it darker on the side. So we have one here, the other here. I think it's pretty hard. Which one is the one you like the most? That's it, my guys. Thank you for stepping by. Want to see your uploads in the Discord channel. All of these pieces I'm gonna upload to all the Patreons, right? All the Patreons already have some of the effects that I used here, like the ink bleed one-click effect. You already have it. The pieces are gonna go also there. But if you're not a patron, don't worry. You can be a part of the design exercises for free in the Discord. The Discord will remain free, so you can just hop in and participate. That will never have a barrier of entry of any kind. So hope to see you there, ninjas. Wish you conflict. Shit.